Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Antidote of Song. We are brought to you by Carpe Diem Arts, our organization that keeps us running. So a big thank you to everybody over there at Carpe Diem Arts in Maryland. I'm Erin, and I am going to be your host for today. It's so lovely to be back with all of you, joining us here in the live stream, joining us out there, watching it later, and our wonderful artists for the day. So, of course, it is December. We're a week into December. It's day 1708. And it is a beautiful time to sing as many carols and wintry tunes and songs about coming together and community and keeping the light alive as we possibly can. And that is just what we're going to do today. So, before we get started singing with our fabulous song leaders, who you can see right at the top here, Rik Palieri and Katy Carr, who are both fabulous, wonderful song leaders who we love so much and we are so delighted to get to sing with. It's time to say hello to everybody here. Absolutely everybody. Wave hello to all of our live streamers out there. Hello, live streamers. Thank you so much for watching and singing along with us. We know you're there and we appreciate it so, so much. And hello to everybody in here. Hi to Candace in LA running our tech today. Hello to our fearless leader, Joe Rossi, in Tacoma Park, about to get in the car, so we won't see her for a minute, but she'll pop back in later. Hi to Deli. Hello to Neil in Boston, Mass. Hi to Sarah, Deborah in Kentucky, Kat in Vermont, Carolyn, hello. Hi to Nan in Michigan, Pauline and William in Newcastle in the UK. Hi to Hoda in BC, Susan in Cincinnati, Julie in Ontario, Canada, Kathy in Colorado, Caroline in DC. Hello to Cricket. Hi to Sheila. Hi to John and Maxine. Hi to Bob. Hello to Marcia in Huntsville. Hi to Sarah in Texas, Nancy in Washington State, Sue in Seattle, Ruth in Birmingham in the UK, Kevin and possibly Nico hanging out in New Hampshire. Hi to Elizabeth in California, Jane in Texas, David and Elsie in Oakland, California, Storm in Massachusetts, Gary in Massachusetts, Mabel and a cinnamon bear in Massachusetts. You guys are just lining up today. Hey to Lynn in Connecticut. Hello to Becky in Vancouver. Hi to Linda on Orcas Island. Hi to Annette in California. Anne in Silver Spring, Maryland. And I see Aloysius is coming in right now. It is so lovely to see all of you today. We've had a wonderful week so far of singing wintry songs and carols and just other fun sing-alongs. And next week, we're going to have another wonderful week featuring such lovely guests as Phil Hogg, Jan Falquette, Julia Friend, Kim and Reggie Harris. They'll be singing with Magpie, Joe Jenks, and more. So please tune in again next week to keep on singing with us. And now I am delighted to turn it over to both Rik Palieri and Katy Carr. I actually don't know which one of you wants to go first. Which one of you is going to bring us a song first? You can fight over it right now.
Well, I think that what I should do is just kind of introduce Katie and let her sing a song. But
I think that sounds lovely.
you know, I, I'm really happy to be here with Katie Carr and celebrate this time of the year. This time of the year in Poland is very special. I lived in Poland in 1984 during Christmas time, and one of the things that I saw a lot of these old traditions. And Katie, I was doing a lot of reading, and I was thinking about you growing up and being Polish, and what did you remember doing in your family? What songs were you singing?
Well, hello everybody from London in England. Really lovely to be here and happy Christmas. Wesołych świąt po polsku in Polish. Yes, so in between the ages of 0 and 5, I was born in I was born in England, but I obviously spent 5 years of my life in the first 5 in Poland, and yes, my grandmother came from the mountains, so she was a góralka. She was a mountain lady, and the mountain people are known in Poland for having the heart of Poland very close to them. They have their traditions very close to them, their folk traditions. And in terms of Christmas, well, this is a massive big deal. And it was for my mother and my grandmother. And in Poland, everything is centered around the Christmas, the lead up to Christmas as well. So there's a lot of religion and there's a lot of spiritual connection at this point and reflection. and interesting customs, that are linked with, earthy, folklorish kind of traditions. So the biggest meal in the Polish calendar is Wigilia, which is the 24th which is held on the 24th, Christmas Eve. And it's a very, very important meal of 12 dishes. And so everybody looks forward to that. Whereas in England, our meal is on the 25th. So it's a little bit different. So I get 2 meals. So that's great. I'm very, very full at Christmas when I eat. Yeah.
So what kind of a song do you want to start with?
So I'd like to just give you a little introduction to Polish carols. So maybe just give you a couple of little blasts of it. So this is Lulajze Jezuniu. So it's a lullaby for baby Jesus, and it's such a beautiful tune. I remember my mother and my grandmother singing this to me when I was young. So it goes like this. Lulajże Jezuniu, moja perełko, lulaju lubione me przeszydełko. Lulajże Jezuniu, lulajże lulaj, a ty go matulu w płaczu tulaj. Lulajże Jezuniu, lulajże lulaj, a ty go matulu w płaczu tulaj. Oh yes, and we've had a request from Candice to do Cicha Noc. That's coming. Silent Night is coming. So that's just a little blast of that one, which would be a really one that I connect with my grandmother. Should I give you a little blast of something else? Oj maluszki, maluszki, maluszki. This is a very, very Polish Highlander song. So it goes like this. Oj maluszki, 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 jako rękawicka, albo też jakoby kawałeczek szmycka. Zagrajcie, śpiewajcie mu, małemu, małemu. Zagrajcie, śpiewajcie snu, małemu, małemu. So you can hear like the folk traditions in the singing, and they just remind me of my Polish grandmother and her flurry of activity at this time, lots, and my mother as well, lots of preparation, lots of connection with her friends. And we've just had 6th of December, we're very close to that date today, being the 8th of December. We've just had Święty Mikołaj Day, it's Saint Nicholas, which Rik has the most amazing Saint Nicholas. So that is Saint Nicholas, and all the children in Poland get presents on this day. So traditionally this was the day that the children would get the presents, and then during the Christmas 24th and 25th, this is more the religious area of the calendar. So look, how did you create your mask? It's amazing.
Well, this is the kind of thing that in Poland on the 6th, in the mountains in East Debna, where I lived, we had a street theater for Mikołaj, and everyone had masks. And this, of course, is Saint Mikołaj, Saint Nicholas. And we went from door to door, knocking on houses, like trick or treat, and we would perform this play about sort of this kind of mummers, I think is what they would call it. And this, of course, is Saint Mikołaj. And the whole thing, Katie, is this time of the year in the mountains was a real celebration for music. And so I brought a real instrument from Poland here. This is if your grandmother were in Zakopane, they might have heard an instrument like this. As you can see, folks, so this is a Polish bagpipe. This is the Dudy Podhalański, and it has a very unusual sound. 3 reeds in the chanter and 1 in the drone. and you have to blow it up like this. So, as you can see, so this is a type of bagpipe that you would hear in the mountains over in Zakopane. And when the holidays came out, that's when all the music started, really coming into play. And I'm sure that you can remember a lot of people getting together and singing different songs, right?
This was definitely something that was very important to our family because everything is done through song, and all the traditions and the singing and all the carols are so important at this time of year, especially from my grandmother and my mother. Yeah. So, but also we have interesting, really lovely folk pieces of art. So I've just taken a few things off my Christmas tree just to show you. So this is a star. That's a very góralski kind of Polish folklore star that you would put on the tree. But also, I just want to give a big shout out to the Polish Saturday schools as well. Like the Polish Saturday School in Enfield here, the children made me a Saint Nicholas there. They made those things there. So I do these workshops with the children, but also you might like this. This is like a pine cone. This comes from Poland, from my friend in Białowieża. She's right on the border of Belarus border, quite a long way east in Poland. But her uncle, who is a forester, made me this beautiful handmade pine cone. It's very beautiful. You put it inside the tree. What else can I show you? These are very interesting. Has anyone been to Krakow? Has anyone been to Poland? Just wondering. These are very interesting. These are called żłobkas. They are Polish nativity scenes. I don't know if you can go very close in there, but you'll see baby Jesus in the middle. And they are made, handmade, and they have a competition every year in Krakow for the biggest one and the best one. So if you ever go to Krakow at this time, you'll see like meters of them. I do have a bigger one to show you as well, so I'll just be careful of this. But they're made of foil and they take ages to make. But you'll see this one and you'll see that one and that one. So you can see lots of they're all made out of like tin foil. I'm trying to show you interior of it. And the exhibition in central Krakow, which I'm looking forward to seeing. You see them both now. See how they vary. But the ones that I'm going to see in Krakow in the museum are about, they sometimes can be 3 or 4 meters tall. And there's a massive competition for the best one. So you can see if you go to central Krakow now. And what else can I show you? This is a very beautiful piece of bauble. Some lovely Polish hand painted bauble there with some Polish folk art. So lots of lovely little goodies you can get from Poland. Now, so shall we get back to the music? Would you like to hear something else?
Well, I have another bagpipe with me. Of course, as one does, and this is from Istebna, and like I said, when the holiday season came out, it was amazing because that's when all the musicians really started playing, and all the old dances were performed, community music. And so I have a guide with me here. So this is a guide from Istebna. And as you can see, it's another goat bagpipe. It's an early form of recycling. This one has a bellows that you put over here, and you have to get yourself all hooked up. And the neat thing is that you'd go into people's houses and they would have parties. They would have a little party and everybody would be playing and singing some of the, sometimes it's old traditional dances and stuff just from the community. It sort of bonds people together to sing these old songs, especially. I can remember sometimes, you can see the goat is coming to life here. You ready? All right, let's see if we, okay. Now, Katie, you might have recognized that last melody there. Do you? Oh, you're muted. Katie is muted.
Oh,
Muted.
sorry. So that the last one you were singing was Przybierzeli do Betlejem pasterze, grają skończy dziewcząteczku na lyże. Chwała na wysokości, a pokój na ziemi. Chwała na wysokości, a pokój na ziemi. So we're all going to Bethlehem. This is a song. We're all taking ourselves to Bethlehem. Well, where did you actually, we don't have much time left. So how did you actually, because it was a difficult time when you went to Poland first to get this. So
I had
when
a
did you go to
scholarship
Poland? When
from
did
the
you,
Kościuszko Foundation, Katie,
right.
back in
Okay.
1984.
So that
And
was in the middle of the Cold War then. So it
yeah,
was very difficult to go to Poland. Right.
and
Okay.
I was really lucky that Pete Seeger was a champion of mine and wrote a letter urging them to let me go over and learn how to play the pipes from some of the last of the old pipers. And at that time, Katie, there were only a handful.
Mm.
Really, there were only a handful. Sometimes 6 were left in one village. And I would meet with those folks and try to learn a little bit about the old instrument. And today we have a revival going on with a lot of young people playing the bagpipes. So it's something that you can really get a feeling that sometimes traditions are like that. They ebb and flow, and
Well, a
just when you think that they're
totalitarian,
all gone, they
yeah,
come back up. A lot of them
total.
today are UNESCO protected.
Yeah. Well, it's good because when you're in totalitarianism like Poland was, that's a habit that these governments seem to take, is these dictatorships. So traditions are just thrown away by the wayside, but they are really important. And the people in Poland, including my grandmother, they saw that as a part of their rebellion, to make sure that they did go to church, that they did sing these songs, and so that's why it actually means a lot to sing these songs, because it is seen as a part of resistance, against
Hmm.
a totalitarianism. So we have a special song that everyone can sing together. I think we've only got about a couple of minutes left. So shall we try? Do you think this
Yeah,
would
we
be a
should
good
do
idea?
this.
Which song is it now? That I
Katie,
know there was a request on chat. That it was
I
Cicha
think
Noc.
the thing that I just want to say is, so here it was in 1984, okay, and it was on Christmas Eve, and I was presented with my stroy, my traditional outfit, and mine goes back. The buttons on mine go back to before the Second World War. These are really old buttons, and The thing was, we went up to the Stetsuvka, the church at the very top of the mountain. We had to have, flashlights going through the woods because it was very slippery, schlisko, we call it. And we going up there. We went inside into the church, and everybody there was all dressed in the traditional stroy in the church, and they were singing, and they asked me to come up and sing a song. And I had my banjo with me, and I was representing the United States because whenever you are in another country, you are an ambassador, whether you want to be or not. So if you embrace it the right way, you can do some good things. And so I had my banjo with me, and I started singing Silent Night. And it was one of those moments where time stopped. Because right in the middle, while I was singing it in English, the whole church started singing it in Polish. And it was so powerful that this song that we can sing in both languages, and it sounds so beautiful. So why don't you teach us just a little bit so that we can get everybody singing?
So Silent Night is a really beautiful song, but in Polish it's called Cicha Noc, so it goes like this. And my family in the mountains will be singing this on the midnight mass in Bielsko-Biała. They have a little kaplica there, a little chapel that they will be singing through into the morning, all these beautiful songs, and I love going to them. So shout out to my cousin Darek and his family as well. He'll be listening. Cicha noc, święta noc, pokój niesie ludziom wszem, a u żłobka Matka Święta, czuwaj sama, uśmiechnięta, Nad Dzieciątka snem. Dzieciątka snem. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is white, proud young virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Oh, so we'll be singing this, and this year definitely going to be enjoying the Polish traditions. So we're looking forward to the Vigilia Christmas Eve dinner. 12 dishes. You've had that dinner, have you, Rick?
Oh,
You know
yes,
the
yeah.
dinner. It
Don't eat
starts.
anything. You have to fast all day long, and all the food is cooking, and you have to wait until that first star comes up in the sky.
Yeah,
And
so the
usually it's
supper.
the youngest boy or girl goes over, and they're the star watcher. They're out in the fields and they're looking up for that first star, and that's like the Star of Bethlehem.
Yes, nothing can be eaten during the day. So then you break Christmas wafers, which are the opłatek, together, and they exchange for good wishes, for good health and prosperity. You wish everyone, health and peace. And during the meal, all the guests should taste a little bit of everything. So you need to taste at least 12 dishes and desserts. That's within the 12 dishes, because by the time you get to the 10th dish, you have to fit another two in. But according to tradition, there's lots of bits of hay there's a little bit of hay underneath the tablecloth to remind us that Christ was born in a manger, and we have plates that are based on traditional and seasonal products that are available in the winter. So you start with the beetroot soup. Meat is not allowed, but sometimes Christmas Eve menus do reflect multicultural aspects, such as the Jewish, Polish, German, Lithuanian, other minorities that lived in Poland in the past. And there's always an empty space left at the table. So the meal has to be followed by has to always have an empty space, just in case there's a visitor from a very important
And
godly
was there
visitor.
Katie, was there a live carp swimming in your bathtub?
Yes, when I was growing up, yes, there was, and we do remember it. It would be living in the bathtub for at least 3 or 4 days because, it has to filter out all the water. But during communism in Poland, often they didn't have clear water, so this carp would be like swimming in this kind of weird, rusty water, filtering it all out. It was just the most bizarre sight. Yes, and I had to witness, the carp dying, for food. That was very slippery. It's not for the
Well,
faint-hearted. Yeah, yeah,
I think it's so important that all of us, we all have these holiday traditions, and that's what makes us special. And it's that kind of the time of the year when it's so good to try and incorporate some of those into your life, especially if you have little ones around and teach them a little bit about the culture that your family came from. And that's what makes us all special. It's that, kind of diversity that we all share.
yeah. So should we have another blast of this like silent night? Do we still
Let's
have
do
half
it.
a minute left?
Specifically, what we would love to have is we would actually love to have you both sing
Okay,
Silent Night in
okay,
Polish and English. And plus,
okay.
could you sing that opening song for us again as well to
Yes.
close out? It was just
Oh,
so beautiful. It was the perfect way to end our day today.
it's the cradle song for the baby
It's
Jesus.
so lovely. So let's do Silent Night in Polish and English and then the cradle song.
Okay, so this is
Thank you
Cicha
so
Noc.
much.
Join in, everyone. Cicha noc, święta noc, pokój niesie ludziom wszem, a u żłobka Matka Święta, czuwaj sama uśmiechnięta, na dzieciątka snem, na dzieciątka snem. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. So now I'm gonna do Lulajze Jezuniu. Lulajze Jezuniu, moja perełko, lulaj ulubione me przeżydełko. Lulajże Jezuniu, lulajże lulaj, a ty go matulu w płaczu tulaj. Lulajże Jezuniu, lulajże lulaj, a ty go matulu w płaczu tulaj. Happy Christmas, everyone. Wesołych świąt.
Wow, Katie and Rick, thank you so much. What a beautiful day today. I love everything that you said about preserving cultural traditions and the thing that you said, Katie, about how so many different pieces can come together and can be celebrated to represent other people who have different traditions just living within one space. That's such the perfect mindset to have during the holidays. Thank you for sharing all of the beautiful trinkets and special items and decorations that you both have around your house. It was so fascinating and so much fun to learn about all of that and to sing along with you. That was so, so wonderful. Now, before we go, I have a few announcements because, of course, it's December, so we're just singing, singing, singing. As you all know, last night we had two really lovely DIS meetups. We had the Sol y Canto performance at Club Passim, and we also had the DC Labor Chorus led by Elise Bryant that was both live streamed and in person for the DMV area. So we had amazing DAS turnout at both of those. We all got to see each other and chat and sing, and it was just lovely. And lucky for you, we have yet another virtual meetup tonight. We have a DAS virtual meetup tonight at the Windborne concert live stream, and that link will be in the chat. So please join us tonight for that concert if you can. This next one is not so much a meetup, but I performed in a benefit concert last night, and the live stream is still live. It's a $20 recommended donation, but not required, and that link will be in the chat as well. So we have so much music for you to enjoy by wonderful performers, and spaces for us to get to enjoy each other's company and see each other outside of this little noon to noon 30 Eastern time window. We hope that we will continue to see you in the coming days. As I mentioned earlier, coming up this week, we're going to be singing with some of our most favorite people like Phil Hogg, Jan Falquette, Julia Friend, Kim and Reggie Harris, Magpie, Joe Jenks, and more. So please tune in again in the coming week, because we will have so many more songs and lovely chats and holiday traditions for you to keep you nice and toasty warm during these cold, cold days. Because I don't know about you, I heard it's warm in DC, but it's cold up here in the Bronx. It is cold, cold, cold. So now, keeping all of that warmth and joy and love in your hearts, it's time to say goodbye to all of you. Goodbye to everyone watching out there on the live streams. Thank you for joining us. You're welcome in the room anytime, but we love that you watch out there. Watch as many times as you want. Doesn't cost you a thing. Thank you to our wonderful artists, Rik Palieri and Katy Carr. We adore you both. You are such wonderful tradition bearers and artists and friends of ours. Thank you for everything you brought today. Goodbye, and thank you to Deborah and Friend in Kentucky. Bye to Neil in Boston, Mass. Thank you so much to Candace in LA for running our tech. Goodbye to Susan in Cincinnati, Pauline and William in Newcastle. Bye to Cricket. Goodbye to Caroline in DC, Julie in Ontario, Sheila. Goodbye to Sue in Seattle. Bye to Bob. Goodbye to Linda rocking on Orcas Island. Mabel and One Cinnamon Bear in Massachusetts. Bye to Anne in Silver Spring, Maryland. Ruth in Birmingham, UK, Storm in Massachusetts, David and Elsie in Oakland. Goodbye to Jane in Texas, Sarah in Texas. I like it that you Texas folks are sticking together today. Got a lot of lineups today, you notice that? Dory and Ollie in Rhode Island, Laris in the UK. Goodbye to Annette in California, Aloysius in Massachusetts, Bob also in Massachusetts. Goodbye to Delhi. Bye to Becky. Goodbye to Nancy and her beautiful Irish cow in Washington State. Jojo on the road. Get where you're going safely. We love you. Bye to Kat in Vermont, Carolyn. Goodbye to John and Maxine. Goodbye to Elizabeth in California, Gary in Massachusetts, Lynn in Connecticut, Jamie in Victoria, Sydney in San Francisco, Marion in Brighton, UK. I do really like that your name is Marion and you're in Brighton, because when you say it all together, Marion Brighton. Marion Bright. That's a little pun for you. Bye to Kevin in New Hampshire, who's also there with Nico, Joe's son, which is so lovely and wonderful. Goodbye to all of you. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you again tomorrow.